Top of the morning to you. Welcome to our daily morning motivational message. It is Winning Wednesday, and we do this every day because motivation's a lot like our personal hygiene. You want to be consistent with it. I want you to understand that there's going to be a price that you are going to pay. Now, the price that you're going to pay is either going to be the price of discipline or the price of regret. I heard this in a Jim Rohn presentation many years ago, and it always stuck with me. The price of discipline versus the price of regret, because you have a choice. And the first thing that I recommend is that you really take the time to pay the price to figure out what it is that you want to do and who you want to be. A lot of times people are responsive or even more so reactive, and so they react to their environment, they react to the world they live in, they react to the circumstance, and they find themselves consistently in reactionary mode. And they never really took the time to figure out who they wanted to be. They never took the time to figure out what they want to do, and they react to the expectations of their family or their parents or their spouses or their friends or their environments, and they are molded by all of these things. And then they wake up one day and figure out, like, wait a minute, I don't want to do any of this. You've heard stories of people, they wake up and they walk out of their marriage after 20 years, and they're like, well, I don't know what happened. They wake up and they leave their job after 15 years. I don't know what happened. And they call it midlife crisis, or some kind of a head trauma. But in reality, it's because at some point that price that they had to pay, it comes due. And so I want to first encourage you to get clarity on who do you want to be, who do you want to become, and what do you want to do. And when you have that, then you can start making decisions each day about paying the price of discipline or paying the price of regret. Because whatever you're doing or not doing, there's a consequence to it. So inaction has a consequence. Not moving toward your goals, there's a consequence to that. Taking action toward your goals, there's a consequence to that. There's a price that has to be paid. Now, when you have the price of regret, it's a lot heavier. It's a lot more damaging because the time has passed and you cannot get it back. So if you use this day to do nothing with it, if you use this day to stay stuck on stupid, or you're marinating in your misery, or you're feeling sorry for yourself, or you're making excuses, or you're falling prey to that horrible, horrible disease of procrastination. Procrastination is the assassination of all hopes and dreams. If you're allowing the day to get away from you instead of getting from the day, then you will have regret on a day wasted. And it's easy for those days to compound and accumulate. I was just hearing somebody talk about the compound effect. It's a really good book, Compound Effect, which was born out of The Slight Edge, which really talks about how little decisions that we make over time compound and they have tremendous impact. So, for example, if you go to the fast food line every morning and every evening, and that is your diet, you're not going to have a heart attack by the end of the week. However, by the end of the year, your body and your health internally and externally will look dramatically different. You'll feel dramatically different in a not so great way. So those things compound over time. And when you delay and you procrastinate on, first and foremost, taking the time to figure out who you want to be, who you want to become, taking the time to figure out what you want to do. When you delay that, you procrastinate on that, that compounds. And that's more time wasted because you're not moving toward any particular goal. You're just in reactive mode. I know people that have been working on jobs and in situations that they do not want to be in, and it's been that way for years because they've been procrastinating, they've been delaying, they've been hesitating. Hesitation breeds roadkill. Procrastination is the assassination of all hopes and dreams and ambitions. So that's the gravity of regret. That's the price that you have to pay. is looking back on time that you'll never get back. And now you have to figure out, what am I going to do? Now, the good news is you can make a decision right now, today, and you can start paying the price of discipline. So the price of discipline, it's different because it feels heavier while you're paying it, but the consequences and the life that you create, it is 10 times the significance, 10 times the impact, 10 times the joy that you can experience as a result of getting on the other side of that, because you were willing to pay the price of discipline and you allowed it to compound over time. So going back to the same example, so instead of going to the fast food line and being 30 pounds overweight, and there's a great documentary, by the way, what's it called? Oh, Super Size Me. So if you watch the documentary Super Size Me, it takes you, and I believe it is 12 months, and you see this man's body completely transform. And he's significantly overweight. His arteries are all jacked up. His blood pressure's high. He's like a hot mess, okay? But let's look at it from paying the price of discipline. And instead of going to the fast food line in the morning and in the evening, I'm going to have a juice of cucumber with a little bit of apple and some ginger. And that's my breakfast, and water. And then in the evenings, I'm going to eat before 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. And when I do eat, it's going to be a really healthy salad with legumes and walnuts and a healthy olive oil based dressing, maybe some salmon on top of it. And I do that for 12 months. And the compound of that, and you check my blood work, you check my blood pressure and cholesterol in my arteries versus the gentleman or the gentle lady who goes to fast food in the morning and in the evenings. That's the compound of paying the price of discipline, okay? And so it may be difficult in doing that day in and day out, right? Because we're all tempted. I like fried food. You can fry anything, I'm gonna eat it. I'll try it. Fry a donut, fry Oreo, I'm gonna eat it. Fry Snickers, I'm gonna eat it. Like, I love fried food. So I'm not saying it's easy, but if we exercise discipline day in and day out, and then understand how that can really transform, and we reap the benefits of that 12 months from now, you won't have any regrets. So check it out. Get clarity on, who do you want to be? You can be what you want to be. You can completely flip your script right now, today. You're not a tree. You're not stuck. You can write a brand new script. And remember, I said you could be a blockbuster or a lackluster. You could be a blockbuster script, as you are the writer, producer, director, actor, and star of your own story. And you can, boom, change right now, okay? So get clarity on that, because you can be and become what you choose. Just pay the price of discipline in shaping that, and make up your mind about what you want to do. I'm willing to do what it takes to get to this person that I want to be, and then pay the price every single day. Pay the freaking price. There's no shortcut. Like, you making the decision is a shortcut. You deciding that you want to be somebody else is a shortcut. You making a commitment to yourself and then keeping that commitment to your commitment, that right there is the shortcut, ladies and gentlemen. The only way through is through. And I assure you, now watch this, I assure you that if you pay the price of discipline every day, and you do it for 12 months, okay, just do it for 12 months, I guarantee you, you will not have any regrets. If you are willing to pay the price and you follow through, and you do the do every day, you take actions every day, and you take the right actions that are in alignment with who you want to be, who you want to become, and you pay the price of discipline every day for 12 months, I guarantee you, I'm guaranteeing you this, you'll have no regrets. If you don't, if you continue to delay and procrastinate, if you continue to hem and haw and make excuses and feel sorry for yourself and marinate in your misery and, woe is me, and life did me wrong, and he did me wrong, and she did me wrong, and my job did me wrong, and I ain't making no money, I still ain't making no money, blah, 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 blah. I promise you, at the end of 12 months, you're going to be in the exact same position that you're in right now. I promise you, nothing will have drastically changed in your outcomes and your results. I promise you, you will be full of regret. There's two prices that we each get to pay. Now, the price is up to you. Is it going to be the price of regret or the price of discipline? If you got some value, please like and subscribe, and go ahead and pass this video on, because it's a blessing to be a blessing. Let's go out here and make a powerful winning Wednesday and a great week.